guys, it's Kelly coming to you with another video with more information about Coturnix, Japanese quail, and hopefully this helps you if you're considering getting chickens or adding livestock to your homestead, your yard, or whatever. So another question I get asked a lot is, how do quail live? Like, what do they live in? So I have said in several videos, I don't really tell people there's a wrong way to keep quail as long as the animals are happy, healthy, and being taken care of. But there are several different ways you can house your quail. So how I house mine, you can see in the cage behind me is a grow out cage. It's similar to a rabbit cage. Our grow out cages do not have egg rollouts on them, but our other cages that I will show you in a second allow the quail to lay its egg, and the floor is slightly slanted and the eggs will roll out the front. Quail are not like chickens generally, where they will go to a nest box and lay an egg. If you do not have an egg rollout, or you have a hutch and you want the quail to lay an egg in a certain spot, my best experience has been giving them 24/7 access to a dust bath, and they will generally lay their eggs in there. So with that, let me show you a couple of my cage designs and then tell you how some of my friends also raise their quail. And yeah, whatever works best for you is gonna be the best option. It is very dusty, very dirty. Everybody just had a dust bath with the wood ash, but this is a grow out cage. It's the same width and length. And then look, my Seldons just started laying, yay! As our regular cages, but they just don't have an egg roll out. So these guys are getting ready to get transferred to our breeder cages. And then we have our breeder cages. Yeah, like I said, you can just put plastic on the shed in the winter. Looks kind of ghetto because it fell down a little bit, but that's all you need really in the winter. So our grow out, or our breeder cages look like this. They're 4 tiers tall and they have egg rollouts on the front. So the floor is slanted, the quail just lay their eggs, and then the egg rolls right out the front, keeps it from getting dirty, and it keeps, you know, I know how fresh the eggs are because I'm not hunting for them. So this is what my quail shed looks like. Like I said, it's kind of a mess right now. It's a little dusty. And it's always a little bit more cluttered in the winter time. But yeah, we keep ours in a hardware cloth shed, and that helps keep the predators and the wild birds out, but they also get enough ventilation and do really well any time of year. All right, moving to a different part of the yard, I am going to tell you an alternative to how we keep our quail. And there are lots and lots of YouTube videos on different ways to build cages, whether you want to go all out and build really expensive stuff, whether you want to buy industrial cages, do a combination thereof, whatever works for you. You can also do an aviary. An aviary is similar to a chicken run. It's usually a little bit taller, because if you go like, there's an awkward length where it's a little too tall but still a little short, that if they get spooked they'll fly up and hit their heads. I can't remember the exact height, but they can hit their heads and get hurt. And so an aviary would be a lot taller. They can fly around, they have little hidey holes, they have stuff to dig in, natural plants. It's just a more natural way to keep your quail. And you can totally keep quail that way too, because we have such a limited space in our yard, because we're in the inner city. We just don't really have the space to do that. So that's why we keep ours in cages. And also because we sell our eggs for eating eggs, I know exactly how old my eggs are because I collect all of them at the end of every night. And in an aviary, if I were to miss one and it's hot in the summer like Utah gets, it can actually be hot enough to incubate the eggs, and I don't want anyone to have any kind of accidents where they open it up and there's like a partially incubated egg, because that just really turns people off to like fresh eggs from local sources. So cages just personally work best for us. But aviaries are awesome. They're very, very easy to build. You just have to make sure that they are predator proof. I would highly suggest hardware cloth. It's a lot smaller, and quail are a lot smaller. They can get out of chicken wire, and honestly, chicken wire really doesn't make anything predator proof. It just kind of keeps things in, but doesn't keep things out. So you can just get hardware cloth, make a big old box, and yeah, you can do it that way too. So like I said, if you're local and you want to see our setup, feel free to reach out to me, and we can help you out. There's also videos on our Instagram. There's obviously a video here and everything to show you more about our space, and hopefully that answers your question of how quail can be kept. I do want to throw out there before I forget, I do have people ask a lot if quail can be kept in a chicken coop, and sort of. I usually tell people, I haven't personally tried, but I have had a lot of customers tell me that Quaternix quail don't do ramps very well. So if you have a regular chicken coop and a ramp to go up in, they may not go in it. And if some of them go, but not all of them, they don't have that group heat. And in the winter time, they can freeze just by themselves if they don't have protection from the elements. Or if you put their food and water up and they can't get up in there to get it. So I usually tell people, if you have a chicken coop, to try and make the coop the same height as the run, so the quails are not having to go up a ramp at all. But other than that, it should work. So yeah, good luck, and hopefully you find everything you need. I just do want to throw a plug in for my friend dalesquails.com. He does really awesome cages. He's local to Wisconsin. He ships all the stuff, he sends you the directions, and they are affordable and awesome cages. I send pretty much all my customers to him because he has just so many different options on quail cages, and I guarantee checking out that website, you will find something that is gonna work for the way that you want to raise your quail. So I highly recommend dalesquails.com, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.